Hi everyone, welcome to our Tuesday night Life Without Limits event. My name's Miranda and I will be your host tonight. I'll be hosting the event for you guys. So this is one of my favourite nights of the week. I think it's really awesome that we get to all come together and share our incredible stories that we have for you all, whether it be people improving their health, or whether people have been able to increase their finances as well. So we're going to hear a little bit of both sides tonight, which is really cool. So I started with the Juice Plus company 2 years ago. I have always, ever since I left school, worked full time. I've always been really ambitious and I'm definitely not afraid of hard work, but when I turned 30, I kind of had like a mini freak out, I guess, thinking that, you know, I'm still working these bulk hours and full-time hours, but going backwards financially. So I knew that I kind of had to do something. And I guess, you know, when I look back now, I was really sick and tired of building everyone else's businesses up to be really successful and profitable businesses, but I actually wasn't getting any of the rewards for doing that and for building other people's businesses up. You know, if anything, my finances were just going backwards as theirs was growing. So I got to the stage where my partner and I, we just wanted more out of life. So yeah, 2 years in, it's definitely pretty different for us now. We've been able to buy our first home, and we actually had a chat the other night and we're really excited that we're saving for our first overseas holiday. Both of us have never been overseas before, so that's pretty cool and pretty exciting. But what kind of brings us all here together tonight to start our event off and to kick it off is Hayley is going to go over our product range, so over our Juice Plus products and also our awesome health program that we have. Bring yourself off mute, hun. Ken.
Hi everyone, thank you Miranda. Yeah, I am going to discuss our amazing products and our program with you, the thing that kind of brings us all together. Just quickly, I will share a little bit about myself though, and my story. So I graduated school 2 years ago now, and I've spent my time since then traveling, working. I spent about 6 months overseas in Europe, volunteering and just traveling. And then I came back from that. I was a little bit lost, just kind of looking for direction. I knew I was passionate about health and fitness and really impacting other people's lives. And this opportunity kind of fell to me at the most incredible time, I would say. And a huge part of the reason I said yes to it was because of our incredible products and program. So I will touch on that now. We have a totally online health and wellness program. It is via Facebook, so you are added to a secret group. We've got incredible recipes on there. We've got fitness and exercise guides. We've got easy to follow lifestyle guides. That group is full of thousands of supportive community people. There's PTs in there, nutritionists in there, and it really is such a supportive environment. We've also got an 8-week shred in there, which is completely sustainable way of losing weight healthily and quickly, and then from that follows on with our sustainable lifestyle guide as well. So really packed full of incredible tools and guides in there to support everyone no matter what their goals are and what kind of journey they're on. To support that program, we have linked ourselves with an amazing company called the Juice Plus Company, and they have very few products, which I love. I think that health should be simple. So there's really 4 main products that we use. The first one is kind of our flagship, so the Juice Plus whole food capsules. They are fruits, vegetables and berries in a capsule form, and I know that sounds so simple and so crazy, but that is literally all it is. Fruits, vegetables and berries. They've been picked at their peak ripeness, so they're vine ripened, picked at their peak ripeness. They are then juiced and pulped and dried and put into a vegan capsule. This entire process is done at such a low temperature so that the enzymes in these capsules are still living when they reach the bloodstream. They have amazing impacts on the body, just depending on where we need it most. Those nutrients and phytochemicals go straight to where our body can use it, and then the impact from there is just amazing. You will get to hear some amazing stories from people who have experienced this later. These fruits, vegetables and berry capsules also come in a chewable form. So the Juice Plus company and our program really support health amongst the whole family. So our chewables are actually free for kids for up to 4 years if they're aged between 4 and 18 years old. They're also great if you just don't like to swallow capsules or just prefer a chewable form. Same ingredients, different way of taking it. The next product we have in our last capsule is an omega blend. What's different about this one is you've probably heard of fish oils before, an omega-3, but this is actually a completely plant-based omega. It's got the full array of omegas 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9, and we don't have any fish products in here, so it is just completely plant-based. You may know that the fish actually get their omega source from the plant, so we skip that kind of middle fish and go directly to the algae that it takes as well. It's also got amazing other things in here like sea buckthorn berry oil, pomegranate oil, pumpkin seed oil, so many other amazing plant-based products in there. Also, our final is the complete shakes. So we've got our protein complete shakes here. This covers more of the macronutrient spectrum. They are fully balanced, so it's full of the fiber we need daily. There's lots of protein in there, and because they are complete whole food nutrition, once again, it's got so many different ingredients in there that I know I don't take daily. Things like pea protein powder, broccoli sprouts, alfalfa sprouts, radish sprouts, so many different grains and amazing goodness in there. They come in a delicious flavour of French vanilla or Dutch chocolate, so you can choose, or if you can't decide, take both like me. And again, perfect for an easy breakfast or for pregnant or lactating women, kids, babies, husbands, everyone loves them. They're very, very delicious. I just love them. But I think the thing that really brings this science to life and the magic happens is the stories that you get to hear. So hopefully you'll get to hear some amazing, inspiring stories shortly. I'm going to pass that.
Hey, we are totally ready for you, Claire. I'm excited. Claire's story is one of my favorites.
Thanks for having me again. My name's Claire. I have a pretty interesting and long story. It's a bit hard to know where it started as my health journey. My mum's a naturopath, so I was always brought up eating clean and healthy. I was always fit and healthy, generally speaking. If I was a little bit off, Mum would always give me something and always managed to fix it. So I just supplemented through natural therapies my whole life. And then just over 12 months ago now, wow, I can say that now. Just over 12 months ago, I started getting really, really quite sick. There was just weird things that was happening. Doctors couldn't really pinpoint it. I got diagnosed with depression and anxiety, but I just didn't think that that was right. I didn't think that that was the right diagnosis because I didn't feel that way. And then I started having some thyroid problems, and I was then diagnosed with endometriosis and PCOS as well, to add to my list. And then I managed to sort of come back up from that. And then I hit a downer again. I was in and out of different doctors, and go away, please. Sorry. Yeah, so like I was in and out of different doctors. I became bedbound. I was just getting sicker and sicker. I lost my job, and I was finally diagnosed with Lyme disease. That was a really, really, really hard process to go through, because in Australia it's not really recognised. Most doctors don't understand it or have any information whatsoever about it. So I managed to find a doctor to help me out. I was put on a intensive 9-month treatment of antibiotics, which caused a huge amount of gut damage, and I lost all my hair. I had lots of skin problems because of the antibiotics, and certain things like that. So it took a massive toll on my immune system, along with everything else. So I had chronic pain, hair loss, blurry vision, migraines. I'd gained weight even though I wasn't eating. I wasn't absorbing the nutrients that I was getting either. Like I was eating clean and healthy, but I just wasn't absorbing it because my gut health was just ruined. It was absolutely ruined, and I was in all shapes of bad. And I decided that something else needed to change. Like I'd tried so many different products. I'd been in and out of different doctors. I'd seen naturopaths, natural therapists. I was doing acupuncture, chiropractics, natural therapy, like everything. You name it, I tried it. And I decided to do a little bit more digging, and I'd lost my job. So I was at my mum's, having some recuperation time, and I came across an ad online promoting healthy lifestyle. And because I've always been fit and healthy, I was like, oh, let's have a look at this, you know. And as soon as I saw the products, I had no questions. There's nothing artificial in them. After all of my issues with absorbing things and eating clean and healthy, I knew that I had to have something that had nothing artificial in there. So within about 2 weeks of starting on the products, my chronic fatigue started easing up. I was actually able to get up out of bed and potter around the house, which I hadn't done in probably close to 10 to 12 weeks before I started the products. I was completely bedbound. I got to the point where I couldn't talk, I couldn't ask for help. So for me to actually be able to get up out of bed and start pottering around the house was amazing. Credit to those little babies, especially the omegas. The omegas really helped me with my brain function. I was able to construct sentences again, just little steps, you know, day by day I was getting better, and I was seeing improvements, things that I wouldn't think that I would get from products like this. You know, just a little bit of extra stamina each day. Every day got a little bit easier. And after 3 months, I was able to go back to work part-time. I think it was actually a bit sooner than that. It might have been closer to 2 months. I was able to go back to work part-time, which was a massive step for me. Managed to get back to work 3 days a week. And then over the Christmas break, I took 2 or 3 weeks off. And then I managed to get back to work full-time, brand new job. We moved from Sydney to Canberra, so it was a big move. And we were able to do it ourselves. I was actually able to pack boxes and move. I was able to lift furniture and put it in a truck and then take it out of the truck. And for me, that was just, it spoke volumes, absolute volumes, you know, out of all of the issues of my light sensitivity, my brain fog, my chronic fatigue, my fibromyalgia, my PCOS, my pain, my endo, like everything has started clearing up. And I'm only like 5 months in to all the products. So my hair's obviously growing back as well, which is great because I was very close to not having any hair at all. and my immune system's back up and running, and I feel absolutely amazing. Like the other day, someone came into work sick and I managed to catch whatever they had. I double dosed on the day when I got home. I'd already taken my first dose. I took another dose when I walked in the door when I got home. And then the next morning I woke up with a little bit of sore throat, took my capsules again, had a shake, and a day after that I was totally fine. So for me, for someone that had absolutely no immune system left, to within 5 months being able to, you know, combat a cold that someone else had to take 3 days off work for, I mean, speaks for itself. It's voluminous, and I can't imagine my life where it would be now without these little babies. And I am so forever grateful for this crew and this amazing product. So thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing. I have to add in there too, when we danced for like 4 hours straight at our Christmas party as well. Oh,
yes, that was a big night, actually. That was like my first night out since I've been sick. So that was, you know, just to be able to go shopping and like food shopping. Like no one enjoys food shopping. I'm sorry if you do, but you're a freak.
Everyone does. Totally.
But yeah, like the little things that you don't actually think about until you don't have it, and then when you finally gain it back, it's like the best thing ever.
Yeah, like even when you were saying about like pottering around the house, like that was a massive step for you.
Yeah,
so
it was.
That little thing was. Okay. Yeah, awesome. Thanks so much for sharing, hun. Cool. So now we're gonna switch it up a little bit and talk about the business side now a little bit more. So for me, what I look at what I do is basically, I don't see it any differently to if I go to my favorite coffee shop, watch my favorite movie, anything like that. I pretty much share it with the world. So everyone that I work with, that I know, they all know what my favorite coffee shop is. And I feel like what we do is pretty much exactly the same as that. It does have a few misconceptions that I'm really excited that the girls are going to clear those all up for you tonight. So I'd love to start with the beautiful Jess. If you could bring yourself off mute, hon, that would be awesome.
Hello, thank you. Hey guys, I'm Jess. I'm a mum of 2 girls, so I have a 3-year-old and a almost 2-year-old. My dream since I become a mum is just to stay at home with them. So before I had my first daughter, Meadow, I worked 10 hours a day in retail management. So obviously having that dream to stay at home with them wasn't going to work if I returned to that job role. So when it came to the point where we didn't have money and I needed to return to work, she was about 8 months old, which is really amazing compared to when some mums have to return to work. She was about 8 months old and I did 5 nights a week. But it really, really sucked. So my partner, Jace, would work 10 hours a day. We'd basically high five at the door and then I would go to work. So we never got to spend time together as a family. And then the weekends, it was always spent on everyone else's time. So it was just rough. It sucked. Like it was not a happy time for us when we did that. So when I became pregnant, I worked up until my pregnancy and had my second daughter. And then it came to the point where we need an income again. We actually bought a house within this time as well. So our income that we needed was even higher than before. So I'd have to work the 5 nights a week, but longer hours. And that didn't resonate with me at all. So I looked for something different and my friend Haley actually introduced me to this, and I done the same thing as what you guys did, jumped onto one of these, checked it out, loved it and gave it a go. And so since doing that, I instead of working the 5 nights a week, I only had to actually work 2 nights, which was really, really exciting for us. So yeah, it was awesome. And like as a mum, it felt amazing and it feels amazing because I lost so much self-worth and independence when I left that full-time job that I worked so hard to get to being a mum, and I wanted to be a mum, but I just, I'm relying on Jace. Just, it wasn't nice. Basically, so it felt really, really good that I was able to contribute to my family's income. But yeah, anyway, so coming from a skeptical retail background, the structure is obviously really different, and I was skeptical because of that. So I did notice the difference. It's been amazing. Like I got so I'm not telling, like, compared to my retail management job, I'm not telling people what to do. I don't have overheads. I don't have to order any stock, manage any stock. I don't have to manage people. I get bonuses for helping people instead of working 10 hours a day and like working my ass off. We all start at the exact same level, and we all have that opportunity to go up rather than being in that job and that's it. That's the job that you have because that's the only job that's available, which is what it was like in retail management. Like there's only one CEO within a company, so, and you can't be that person, whereas this you can be and do whatever you want. You can choose your hours, you can work from wherever you want. So huge differences, really, really amazing. The community is epic. Like there's so much personal growth that you'll experience. It's insane. Like you don't even expect it and it just happens. You have purpose, and just contributing like to the community and to your family is just really, really amazing. But yeah, thank you. I'm going to pass it on to Ashley, and she's going to chat to you guys too.
Thanks, Jess. Sorry, was I muted? Hang on. Was I muted? I was just talking to myself.
All good.
Everyone, my name's Ashley. I'll start again. So I started the business in November. So I'm going on to now 4 months in the business. It's safe to say it's been pretty life-changing. I came from a banking and finance background. I was also at a management level, so it was pretty intense, doing massive weeks and putting in all this time and effort and everything like that. And I ended up having to take a bit of a step back and went and seeked excellence elsewhere. So I ended up going into a part-time space, which was really good for me. I was getting out of the whole sector itself, but it also scared the shit out of me. I kind of went from this really well-paying job and going into something that was the unknown. And I knew in myself that I needed something else. I kind of went to an entry-level position, and I know for myself that I live off of that management and that kind of business side. So I started reaching out and just kind of looking for something else, and it was almost like the universe was aligned. And I saw some posts. I was watching posts from the beautiful Jess, who just spoke before, and I got to the point where I was like, what is it that you're doing? Like you're always having such an amazing time, and there's so much amazing stuff that's just absorbed in your life, and this energy you're bringing out, and I need to know more about it. And Jess was like, hey, jump on an event just like this one. I had a conversation with Jess and Miranda, and the rest was honestly history. When I first started, I was quite nervous. I was quite skeptical, and I was like, oh, I don't know if this will be for me. I'm not a salesperson. I don't want to have to sell to my friends, or I also had a very close circle of friends. I didn't go on social media much, and I didn't talk to all that many people outside of my circle. And I kind of got to a point, I was like, I don't know if I can do this. Like, I don't think this is going to be for me. That quickly changed when I actually realized what this whole business is about. It's not about sales. It's not about You know, you have to be the best person on Instagram or the best person on Facebook who has all of this amazing, you know, all these followers and all these people. It's honestly just about having genuine conversations. And as Miranda said before, you know, it's just like recommending a movie or a restaurant or, you know, your favorite book. It's honestly, I personally feel that it's just something that I do in my general everyday life. Since taking the products, I've noticed amazing results. And I know people that have felt the same as what I was back prior to November. And it was honestly just for me to say, hey, look, this is what worked for me. Why don't you give it a go? And it's honestly was as easy as that. Safe to say that my close knit group of friends has now expanded exponentially, not just with all the beautiful people that you see on this call tonight, but a much bigger community behind the scenes as well, and also all the people I've reconnected with, and so many people I've got to reach out to that I haven't spoken to since in 12, 13 years, and I now just have a great relationship with them as well, just purely from being a friend, which I found was pretty cool. It's probably one of the most rewarding parts about the business. But yeah, that was some of my misconceptions that I had leading into it, and my experiences so far. So thanks.
Thanks, Ash.
Bye.
Oh, are you with us, Laura? Frozen? No. I think her internet must be gone.
First of all, sorry, I'm sitting in my car. #mum life. So in this business, the 3 ways that we get paid is firstly by a retail profit. So retail profit is that little bit of income that we make by recommending our products. Just as the girls have gone through, it's kind of like when you recommend a movie or a book, and you're saying how much I love it and how great it is, you should give it a go. And I actually found recently I was in a position, I was going to start doing eyelash extensions, and I was at my work talking about it, and I was telling all the girls at my work saying, hey, I'm doing this. When I get qualified, you guys are going to be my clients. They're like, absolutely, book us in. It's absolutely no different to that. It's you have a product, you have something amazing that you believe in, and you tell people about it, and they come to you for guidance and those sorts of things that come along with it. And what happens is we take a few minor details, put it off to head office, and they deal with the rest. There's no stock, there's no cash in hand, nothing like that. It's genuinely recommending the products and making an income from that. The second way that we get paid is from bonuses. So bonuses is probably what I should speak about last, but I'm going to go through it because it is really exciting. So as you work your way through the business, you reach certain milestones. And as you reach those milestones, the company thanks you by paying you a bonus. And I don't know about anybody else watching, but I've been working since I was 17, full time, been working. And, I'm only 18 now. But in all of that time, I have not been paid a bonus, not once. Actually, in saying that, I work full time. I'm on a great gig at the moment, and I literally just got 1% pay rise, and I've worked there for over 2 years. But in this company, I've been with this company for, I'm going to say 6.5 months now, and I've received multiple bonuses, and that's more than my 1%. And to me, that's absolutely epic. It's like, hey, if I work my butt off, if I get to this point, if I reach these goals, I'm going to get a bonus. So that in itself is amazing. Then there's the third way that we get paid, which is residual income. Residual income is the money that you earn by bringing your team up throughout the business. It's by rolling over residual income. So it's like beach money, and they refer to it as the beach money because you can literally sit on the beach and that money is still going to roll into your account, and you can go to sleep at night knowing that you're still going to get paid even though you're sleeping. It's that money that just keeps on rolling over from the work that you and your team do. So just as a recap, we get retail profit, and not sales. It's not sales. We don't sell, we recommend. So retail profit, bonuses, and residual income. And I'm really sorry that that was a little bit of a mess. I'm literally sitting in my car in my driveway. But that's how we
I love it. Thanks, Anne. When I used to, so like 2 years ago when I first started sharing on an event, I used to literally like run off the netball court, sweaty and gross, share my story, and then like drive home. So I can relate. We get a lot of work done in our cars. So that pretty much clears it up for tonight, guys. That's our event done. If anyone has any questions, or if any of the stories that we've shared with you guys tonight resonate or anything like that, definitely reach out to the person that invited you. We are more than open to sharing heaps more info with you as well too. Or if you're just wanting a little bit more and, you know, wanting a chat or something like that, definitely reach out. But thanks so much for joining us again, and we'll see you all next week. Bye.